What's up, Buttercup? It is I, it is me, it is she, Barbie P. Welcome back to my channel. And of course, we're going to jump on into the video. Again, disclaimer, I am not a doctor, a dietitian, a nutritionist, a coach, or Jesus. So I always recommend you seek the professional help you need on your weight loss, fat loss journey. I am just a girly that lost over 100 pounds. I have tips and tricks that help me out, and hopefully they will help you out. Now, with all of that out of the way, we have to jump into this video. All right, Buttercup. I got your back, okay? Today, we are not talking about calories. We're not talking about cardio. We're going to talk about the real reason why you cannot lose those last 30 pounds. All right, clutch your pearls. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not your willpower. It's not your metabolism. It's not your plan. It is simply your fear of being seen. Yeah, we're going there today, Buttercup. We are going there today. So let's be honest, sis. Losing weight is not just physical. It is emotional. It is a spiritual experience. It is identity shifting. Because what happens when the girl who always wore those oversized hoodies suddenly puts on that bodycon dress? When the people pleaser walks into the room with her head held high and her curves out loud, she is not invisible anymore. She is seen. She is present. She has a presence as well. And for a lot of us, that is where the weight starts to fight back. Okay, Buttercup, I had this revelation literally today. I'm getting this last 30 pounds off. So, of course, when I do these videos, I've been through it, so I can talk about it. I was 300 pounds and 8 ounces, and now I am in the Wonder Club. And yeah, I want to get this last 30 pounds off. And I was just like, there's just this little bit of a struggle. And I'm like, what is taking so long to get just these extra couple of pounds off? And I did not realize this until today, Buttercup. I did not realize this until today. And some of it was, okay, so I lost 100 pounds. So yes, I am definitely way more visible than I was before. I'm still adjusting to attention and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I know I want to achieve my goal of losing this last 30 pounds. And I was just trying to figure out, like I said, what's been the struggle. I'll kind of be on a decent track, or it's I'm doing good. I'm definitely body recomping because I can tell my waist is snatching more. So I'm building muscle at the same time of losing fat. But I was just trying to figure out why was there a struggle. And it was really just this last 30 pounds. Sis, when she loses this last 30 pounds, that's it. That is it. The body is going to be bodying. It's going to be really serious. And that can be fearful at times. And that's why sometimes you can unawarely, sabotage yourself because you're afraid to be seen. And maybe you've never been there before. Maybe this is your first time ever being this small, this snatched before. And that's kind of like a little fear that you can have. And then your body kind of, just to protect itself, it does this self-sabotage or just tries to keep you in more of a comfortable position, a safe zone. So even though I've lost 100 plus pounds, I'm in a safe zone. I'm at a healthy weight. I could stop right here. But to lose that extra 30 pounds, and to be snatched at that. Are you ready for that type of attention? Are you ready for that? I'm talking to myself. I'm like, okay, are you really ready for that type of attention? And then it's like, especially with church, because Buttercup, my curves were demonized at a young age. I was like 10 or 12. Even though I was chunky, I had a body. I had a body at like 12. So I understand, wearing some clothes, like trying to wear clothes that was oversized to try to cover. But let's be real. If you are a curvy woman and you got a wagon or you're heavy chested, it does not matter how much you try to really cover it up. It's still going to show. Like, even if you have a bag, you're going to see those lumps on the side. You're going to see that lump in the back. You're going to see them lumps in the front. So, yeah, but the church really demonized curves, especially growing up in a really strict household. And being a preacher's kid, I was always monitored. Like, you don't want to wear certain things. You don't want to tempt the men. You don't want to do that. So you don't want to be a distraction. Just all of these things that I just kind of internalized, not even knowing Buttercup. Like, I literally had this revelation today, not even knowing that I internalized a lot of this stuff. So that's why these last 30 pounds have been a journey. Because it's like, okay, you're already being seen now. You're already being noticed now. You're already being a distraction now. So if you lose this 30 pounds, are you going to be tempting the men? Are you going to be being extra? Are people, or especially the women, are they going to think now you're being extra? Because the thing is, you already had a body. Period. You already had the body. Now that you're losing more weight, you're literally carving and just crafting, perfecting what you already have. So now it's like, oh, the women are going to think you're competing. They're thinking you're this or that. And it's like, no, I just care about my health. I want to look snatched too, though. I ain't going to lie. I want to look snatched. But like I said, Buttercup, I really just had this moment today. And I was like, okay, I understand. I understand the struggle. So like I said, we're going to go even deeper. Many of us were raised in spaces, like I said, the church, that told us don't be too sexy. Don't wear that. Cover up. You don't want to distract the men. Be modest. Be holy. Be quiet. So over time, you start learning that confidence is dangerous. Beauty needs permission and curves should be hidden. And being seen is almost like a sin. Like I said, it feels as though you're trying to get attention, but you're literally just existing. So guess what happens? You subconsciously hold on to that weight, not because you can't lose it, but because you're afraid of what happens when you do. You're not afraid of failing. You are afraid of becoming undeniable, Buttercup. Like I said, I literally had this revelation today, and I thanks the Lord. But yeah, I had this revelation today, and I was just like, wow, it makes sense why, just going through the things that I went through. Like I said, with being a preacher's kid and stuff too, it's like, even though I am grown, I have my own mind and all this stuff, you will realize you still have certain things just from childhood that just kind of lingers on. So as I got rid of that, I'm like, okay, we're going all in, and it doesn't matter who looks, who's not looking. Like I said, I'm not going to church dressing, with a super tight dress on. No. But if I'm wearing a cute dress and you just see the body, then you're just going to see the body. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you wear a bag. Most of the time, if you have body, it doesn't matter. You're going to be noticed. You're going to be seen. And men just got to keep themselves in check. And that's really what needs to be talked about. They talk about the women, but I'm like, no, we need to talk about the men too. Like, they need to have discipline. They need to be, in check and stuff. I don't come to church with booty shorts on, because, everybody going to be like, girl. But yes. So when the people pleaser meets the powerhouse. Now let's talk about the identity shift. You've always been the girl who played small, the safe one, the helpful one, the overachiever, the support system. But now you're glowing. Now you looking fine. Now your confidence is louder than your insecurities. Guess what, Buttercup? The people who loved you in your silence don't know how to deal with you with your power. Your weight loss journey becomes a threat to them and to the version they are used to controlling. I know. This is deep, but it's the truth. Because again, when I was at my heaviest, I was heavy into my people-pleasing ways, still trying to balance everything, still trying to be married and be a supportive PK and just be a supportive friend. Like I was still trying to juggle all of these things at one time, and it got to a point I'm like, listen, I can't juggle all these things. I'm gonna make my priorities, for my household. And then everything else that's outside of my priority list, like you'll still get some time. But really, if you're not in my top priorities, I don't have the time to give to you. I have to focus on this journey. I have to focus on this weight loss. And it made a lot of people upset because now, like I said, I was that people pleaser. So now they are needing help and support, and you're kind of seeing the cracks. You're seeing really how much you are holding up people. Because when I removed myself from certain circles, I saw certain circles break down because literally I was the pillar holding everyone up. But of course, when I chose myself and started to lose this weight, now, I'm quote unquote selfish. I'm not a team player, ... So yeah. And like I said, I had this little stand up, with these last 30 pounds. I've been maintaining, I've been losing, more weight, but it's just this last, I don't even think it's 30 pounds. I really think it's like solid 20. And this last 20 pounds is going to make a huge difference. But I was just realizing like, oh, okay, that's why I've been kind of maintaining, but really haven't been proceeding forward as much as I want. And now I know why. So now that that's out the way, we are ready. Let's see. Today is June the 27th. Let's see how I am looking by the end of July. No, the end of August. Let's see how I'm looking by the end of August. I'm just going to claim it. By the end of August, I will drop this last 20 pounds. Yeah, I'm putting it out there now. So yes, but this is the reason why, Buttercup. You have a subconscious fear of your glow up. You're wondering, why can't I stay consistent? Why do I sabotage every time I'm making progress? Why do I start, stop over and over and over again? Because your subconscious mind is telling you, is keeping you in protection mode. If I lose the weight, I will be visible. If I am more visible, I will be judged. If I am being judged, I might be misunderstood. I might be smegulized, meaning you're looking good, or even envied. So let me just stay safe in the familiar. Let me just stay safe in what I know. Even if it's uncomfortable, it's safe. Even if it is not aligned with what I really want, it's predictable. And that last 30 pounds, it is not stubborn fat. It's the fear, Buttercup. Confidence is not a crime. Let me be clear. For every church girl, good girl, quiet girl out there, you don't need permission to be powerful. You can be holy and still looking good. You can love God and still love your body. You can cover up and still know it is giving. Your radiance is not rebellion. Your glow is not pride, Buttercup. Your transformation is not betrayal. They are just used to seeing you bound. They are not used to seeing you free. Okay, Buttercup. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyway, this is your moment of truth. This is your breakthrough moment. Buttercup, the truth is you are not afraid of the weight loss. You are afraid of the life that comes after the weight is gone, because now you will be seen. You're going to be walking different, moving in power. You're no longer easy to control because you know who you are. You're no longer going to shrink to soothe someone else's ego. And that right there, Buttercup, that scares people. But you know what scares them more? The fact that you start loving yourself out loud. Because when you start losing the weight, Buttercup, trust and believe, people are going to know the difference. You cannot lose 100 pounds and still be the same person. You just can't. Because the type of discipline and everything that comes with losing this weight and the type of burdens that you're going to be you just throwing these burdens to the side. You can't help but walk different. You can't help but smile more. You can't help but just be confident and radiant. You cannot help it. So take the leap of faith. Go ahead and do it. Because guess what, Buttercup? It's two things. You're either going to lose the weight, change your life, be set free, or you're going to stay the same, still be used and abused, still be in the same spot. Life is going to keep on going. You're going to be fearful of whatever you're trying to do because the weight is holding you back. So you got to choose which one. So either it's hard to stay the same but wanting the dream, or you can lose the weight, get the dream, and just have people hating on you. I feel like if people are just hating on me, I'd rather just have my dreams and still keep it moving. And I look good and feel good and I got my dreams and y'all are just mad because you haven't leveled up. That's fine. I'd rather have that than be living in misery. I'm just saying, Buttercup. I'm just saying. But anyway, we're going to close this out with some healing words. So take a good deep breath in. Let it all out. Repeat after me. I am not afraid to be seen. I release the shame that was never mine. Confidence is not pride. It's alignment. I am not too much. I am just no longer shrinking. I can be radiant and still rooted in purpose. I am safe to glow. I do not need permission to become her. If this video spoke to something deep in you, leave a comment saying, I am her, no more shrinking. Let's talk about it. Let's heal it. Let's stop making ourselves small to feel spiritually accepted. This channel is about breaking the weight, the shame, and the silence. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you are ready to walk into your full glow inside and out. And remember, Buttercup, you're not scared of the weight. You're scared of the woman that is waiting for you on the other side. Y'all already know what I say, what I do, but I'm just going to catch you on the next one, and you better go for your pretty and healthy girl walk. Bye.